In today's generation, AI is a part of almost everything we do, from using voice assistants like Siri or Alexa to watching videos on Netflix or YouTube. AI is behind the scenes, helping us find what we need, answering our questions, and even suggesting what to buy or watch next. Now imagine creating an app that can talk to users and answer their questions. With AI, you can make your apps much faster, and the best part is, you don't have to write tons of code for that. Hi, I'm Gaurav from KnowHow Academy. In this video, we are going to create a ChatGPT Clone App in our FlutterFlow. We are going to implement third-party API calls in our FlutterFlow app. And we are going to integrate ChatGPT in our FlutterFlow application. So before starting, let's understand what API call is. API means sending a request to the server and getting the response. So to implement ChatGPT in our FlutterFlow, we have to go to the ChatGPT API overview. For that, I will go to my browser and search here OpenAI API overview. You can just search OpenAI API. I will click here and select OpenAI API. As you can see, I have already logged in my OpenAI. So if you don't have an account, you can simply sign up. After signing up, you just have to go to your settings, and in the billing section, you have to add a payment method, and you can purchase your API key, which is super cheap. If you have purchased your API key, you have to go to your dashboard, and here on the bottom left, you can select API keys and create a new secret key from here. As I already have my API key, so I won't create here, but you can create it from here. So after that, I will go to my API reference, and here I will select chat, and now we can see our curl request, and we have to add this request in our FlutterFlow app. For that, I will go to my FlutterFlow application, and here I will select API calls, and I will create a new API call, which will be our post method, and I will name it ChatGPT call. Now for the API URL, I will go to my OpenAI, and here I will select this URL till completions, paste it in my URL, and for our header, we will need to add two headers here. First is our content type, which is our application JSON. Second will be our authorization. So I will paste it here. As you can see, after bearer, here we have $OpenAI API key. So instead of this, you have to paste your API key which you have created in your OpenAI dashboard. So I will select my API key, click on copy, and here I will paste it and click on add call. Now we have added our call. I will click on response and test our API call. I am getting an error because we haven't added our body here. So I will select my body and click on JSON, and I will copy this body and paste it here and click on save. Now when I click on test, so here I got a success response. So here we have our response, hello, how can I assist you today? So we have to store this in a variable. For that, I will add this JSON path and will name it response. Now what if I want to search by typing? For that, I will create a variable here and will name it messages, and it will be of type JSON and list will be true. After that, I will cut this messages array and add the messages variable here and click on save. Now if I test it, I will add my JSON, and instead of hello, I will write what is FlutterFlow and click on test. So here we have our response. So I have successfully added my API call. Now I will create the UI of our ChatGPT clone application. But before that, I will go here in my data types and I will create a new data type and will name it messages and click on create. Now as we saw from our JSON, we have our role. I will name it role and type string, and we have our content. It will also be our type string. So we have created our data type. Now let's design our page. Now in my pages, I will create a blank page and I will name it AI page. Create. Now we have our blank page. I will remove the app bar first and turn off the safe area. Now as you can see here in the state management, I will create a variable messages which will be of our type data type and will be a list, and the data type is messages and confirm. We have created a page state variable named messages of type data type and it is a list. We are using it to display our conversation between the user and AI. First, I will add another column inside. I will turn on the scroller and add the item spacing of 30 and I will expand it fully. After that, I will add another column, and in my column I will add a container. I will remove its width and height and will add the padding of 80 from the left, and in my container I will add a row to display the user messages, and in the row I will add a column, and in the column I will add a text, and in the row I will add an icon. I will align my row to the right and add the padding of the row of 10, and the border radius of the container will be 20, and fill color will be alternate, and in my row I will add padding of 10. Now my icon will be user icon because it will be our user message. I will increase the padding to 120 and I will add the column padding of 10. Now I will just duplicate my column here and my row will be left aligned, and this container's padding will be 120 from the right, and the fill color will be primary. Now here in my column I will add the padding of 10 and move the icon here, and the icon will be robot. I will select this icon and the text color will be secondary background and the icon color will also be secondary background. Now here in my row I will add the item spacing of 20, and my column upside I will click on generate dynamic children, and here I will select my page state to display my messages. I will name it MESSAGE. Click on confirm. Now as you can see, there are multiple blocks visible here. After that, I will add the visibility condition. In my container here, I will select condition, which will be our single condition. Message is item, data structure has field, role equal to user, confirm, and my text will be messages item, data structure has field, and content. This will be our content. Let me add the padding here, 10. Now same for our this one. This will also be our content, but in my visibility condition, I will select the single condition, messages item, data structure has field, a role, and assistant. Click on confirm. So now these will be our assistant messages and these will be our user messages. So we have added our messages. Now in our main column, I will add a row and will give it a padding of 10 from all sides, and I will add a text field to enter our prompt message, and also I will add a button so that we can make our API call. Now the width of our text field will be 270 pixel, and in my row I will add the spacing and style the text field. In the hint text I will write enter your message. The border color will be primary text, the focus border color will be primary, and the border radius will be 20. And here in my button I will write send and will add an icon send. Instead I will just remove the text here and let me place them a little close and add the item spacing of 10. Now we have designed our UI and we are displaying our messages. The thing that is remaining is our API call to update the message of the user and the assistant too. For that I will click on my action flow. First I will add a condition which will be our single condition, and here I will select widget state, text field is set and non-empty. Our API call must work only when our text field is filled. I will add an action update page state. We need to update our messages page state by adding our user message first. Here I will select messages, our role will be user, and our content will be the content that the user searched. Confirm. Now I will add the API call here, which will be our GPT call, and in the variable messages I will select the page state messages map list item, and here I will select to JSON and click on confirm. Now we have added our API call, and below is our conditional action The true means our API call is succeed and false means our API call is fail. So when our API calls succeed, I will add an action update page state, and here I will select add to list and select messages, add field and content. Now here in my role I will add assistant, and the content will be the response of our API call. So here in my action output, API result, JSON body, predefined path, and I will select my variable response that we created before. After clicking on confirm, our API call is set. Now after API call, I want to reset my text field again so that the user could enter another message. Now these are the actions we have added. Now what if our user doesn't add a message? So we will display our message, please enter message. The background color will be error, please enter message. I will copy that, and in my API false call I will paste here, and I will write something went wrong. So our actions are done. Now we just need to test our API call, but before that I will go to my setting and select the signed in page to be AI page. Now here our AI page is set. I will click on test to test our application. Now our testing session is started. First I will enter a message. Hi, how are you? So here my message is displayed, and here is our layout error. To fix that, I will go to my design, and in my text I will select this to expand it. Same in my other one, I will select this one and this. After that I will click on test. Now again I will search who was the lead actor in movie Rocky. So here we don't have any kind of layout issue, and if I search something big like what is JavaScript explained in 300 words. So here our API call is succeeded and it displayed our message, and there is no kind of layout issue. So in this video, we learned how to integrate third-party API calls in our FlutterFlow application. We integrated ChatGPT in our FlutterFlow, and also we created a ChatGPT Clone App in our FlutterFlow. Thank you for choosing KnowHow Academy as your IT source. We are always there to help you navigate to the tech world. It's been a pleasure sharing this information with you. So stay curious and keep learning.